entertainment will be transformed.
Ba weep grogna weep ninny bong, my fellow addicts. This is TFA 1024, the Transformers Addict, coming at you with yet another TFA review. And as promised in the last video review, this is the video review for the Transformers Bumblebee Target exclusive Bumblebee's Greatest Hits cassette pack. As well as a little one-step changer Bumblebee from the Age of Extinction toy line, because this is just a straight repaint of High Octane Bumblebee. But before we take a look at the figures, you know the drill. We always take a quick look at the packaging and the new fashion that we've been doing. So here's the front. Here's the side, just showing off some of the speakers, the subwoofers, depth charges, all that kind of fun stuff, and that neon 80s glow. Here you have a pretty sweet CG render of Bumblebee ready to rock! And also just a fun little bonus tidbit. Look, his guitar is a yield sign. And here's the back of the box with your obligatory product shots, copyright, cross-sales, licensing, and more. His name is not Frenzy! Also, again, nice little bonus. You also have the top of the box picked out with some play, reverse buttons, rewind, fast forward, stop, and even the sound level. That's pretty cool. And a beautiful red Autobot insignia in that right upper. And here we have the Transformers Bumblebee Target exclusive Bumblebee's Greatest Hits cassette pack in their individual cassette and vehicle mode. Now, honestly, I'm not going to go too in-depth with this one-step changer Bumblebee, because he's going to be the shortest thing I'm going to be reviewing in this whole review. Because people have already reviewed one-step Bumblebee, and honestly, I want to go more in-depth with the cassettes. So here's a quickie. He's a car. He has very minimal paint applications. He can have functioning wheels, because apparently I'm not allowed to say roll anymore. He transforms in one step. Technically two, because you have to lower the arms. He has a pretty cool looking robot mode. Again, minimal paint applications, but very well applied paint applications. His arms can rotate 360 degrees. He can transform back into a car. Do I recommend him? You're kind of stuck with him if you get the set. Moving on. So here we have our look at the first official Generation 1 looking Buzzsaw cassettes and Howlback and Rumble. His name is not Frenzy. That is Rumble. Rib for represent. I don't care. You can boo at me all you want. Rib for. Anyway. So, I have a question for you, my fellow addicts. Are you ready to party like it's the 80s all over again? Well, good, because you can too with this brand new cassette set. Featuring Buzzin' Buzzsaw, Howlin' Howlback, and Rock'n'Roll Rumble. It's Buzzsaw, Howlback, and Rumble. What more can I say? In all seriousness, though, I am ecstatic to finally have a proper Titans Return, Combiner Wars, Rumble. I'm also ecstatic to actually own Howlback, because I just found out that it's a girl. And I did not know that. And I'm also pretty happy to actually have a Generation 1 looking Buzzsaw, because it will match Laserbeak a lot better now. So yeah, here we have our cassettes, and they're your standard Combiner Wars Titans Return cassettes. I mean, technically Titans Return, because the Buzzsaw one that came out was kind of like, hey, this is a preview for the next lineup that we have. Stay tuned. And then we got a bunch of cassettes. We had, like, Stripes, we had Rewind. We never got an Eject, though, which I kind of hope is another Bumblebee exclusive, because that would be great. And who else do we have? We had Laserbeak. Yeah, those guys. So, and for demonstration purposes, I did actually dig out my Titans Return Soundwave, and his little remote is already taken out. So for demonstration, if I can talk, for demonstration purposes, we'll go ahead and take Buzzsaw and we'll just kind of slip him in. I don't know which way this is supposed to go. I think it's supposed to go the other way. Could be wrong about that, but nope, it is. And you can close it up. Now you can store him inside Soundwave. Buzzsaw eject. Ah! So there you go. Now, for very brief, quote-unquote, size comparison, here they are with their previous forms, molds, whatever. Here is Buzzsaw with Buzzsaw. Because honestly, this is the only one that really matters. So here we have, go on that side. Here is Buzzsaw with Buzzsaw. And as you can see, very different sticker applications, very different paint applications, and it works for what it is. So there you go. Here you have Ravage with Howlback. You see how they look together? And that don't look bad. And finally, here we have Frenzy with Rumble. And man, am I happy to see this. Also, when I was digging him out and I transformed him, I just noticed he has seismic activity, seismographs readings on him. Which, you think that's still going to make me obligated to call him Rumble? No. But you can see the differences between them. And they look pretty good together, if I do say so myself. You go away, not Rumble. You're Frenzy and you know it. You stay, Rumble. And you stay, Buzzsaw. So now, unfortunately, because these molds have already been reviewed previously by dozens of reviewers, and this was going to be technically the first video review on this set, there's not going to be a stop-motion transformation. I'm sorry. Just wait for the official ones until, like, 2075, if I'm still around. I will get to it, though. I will definitely get to it. Maybe we'll do cassettes as, like, a Throwback Thursday. But for this, we're just going to go straight from making them look like this to revealing the vehicles within? Okay, full disclosure, I do know about them being triple changers, but that don't mean I gotta like it. What is this? Like, is this just to have fun with the Titan Masters? I don't... Okay. So going briefly into these forms as quickly as possible, I say as I grit my teeth, we'll go ahead and take a quick look at Buzzsaw, who is apparently a mining cart. Maybe a Cybertronian Star Wars mouse drone? That's probably going to make a lot of Star Wars fans angry. I'm sorry. It just... Why? Why do you gotta make them into vehicles? Like, I don't... Can't they just be cassettes? I mean, it is pretty cool to have them go from a cassette to this thing, and honestly, it would have been interesting to see that in the cartoon. But I don't recall a time where I've ever seen a cassette transform into like a little racer or a plane or a tank. Though again, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, here we have Buzzsaw in a mining cart. Because I don't know what else to call this thing. Maybe a forklift? I don't know. And it's okay for what it has wheels, so it does have functioning rolling. Like vehicles should have. So, cool for rotating wheels. But other than that, he's just kind of a brick with, like a cattle prod, and I don't know what to, I don't, cool, I guess. So moving on to Hell, oh god. Okay, what the heck? This is not a plane. That doesn't even look at those wings. You look at those wings? What? This don't look right. This don't look right, and I don't accept it. I mean, I do accept it, but I don't like it. I mean, I guess she does have landing gear. More like a landing prod, so it's like, cool, but again, it's supposed to be a Jaguar. This is just weird to me. Again, it's interesting, I get it's supposed to be for the Titan Masters, but like, this is just weird. I can't really say heads or tails about this. This is just weird. Is it a cool mode? No, it's actually kind of dumb. And I actually hate the fact that this is a mode. So moving on to the only one that makes sense to me. Here we have Rumble in a tank. And not gonna lie, this is my favorite. Getting some more light on there. This is honestly my all-time favorite just because, one, it is the only thing that makes sense to me. And two, it actually works as a tank. And of course, he does have wheels, so he can move about, as tanks should. So, cool for functioning false wheels under molded treads. And yeah, I like it. It works. And that's all it should do. Now for a very brief size comparison, here are the three all together. And they just look weird. So hey, how about we get this sour taste out of our mouths and go straight into the main course. So once again, let's go ahead and get the cassettes from looking like this to revealing the very Generation 1 looking robots within. And honestly, this is where the set really shines for me personally, as well as a lot of other Generation 1 fans who kind of like the modern day cassettes. In my personal opinion though, if I had to choose between the best, Rumble, because he was the most wanted, and I love him. He's cool. But before we take a quick look at these guys together, here is Buzzsaw with his previous repaint of the Combiner Wars Buzzsaw, as well as the Titans Return Laserbeak. And look, we have a wedding of birds. So, now, honestly, if I had to choose between these two Buzzsaws, because I'm kind of, again, a stickler for Generation 1 aesthetic, this Buzzsaw. As much as I love this Buzzsaw, and I really do, I can still get some use out of him, and he's still going to be in my collection nonetheless. But I absolutely love this Buzzsaw, because if you just take away these two, or that one I mean, you have these two left, and they look great together. This reminds me a lot of Generation 1 in the cartoon whenever you actually see these two on screen, because you just see a blackbird with red and a blackbird with gold, and it works really well. So now taking these two out of the equation, let's go ahead and take a brief look at Howlback and Ravage, and there's not much to say at all. One's black, one's blue. They're both Jaguars. They're gonna kill you. Thank you, thank you. And moving on to the coup de grace, the piece of resistance. Frenzy and Rumble. And man, am I happy to finally see this sight. This is well worth the price of admission. Not gonna lie. I've been wanting to have a proper Generations Rumble and Frenzy for so long, and now fans finally have that opportunity by picking up this set. And they look great together. And if this doesn't sell you, then I think this is all the convincing that you really need. Now, do I recommend this set? Yeah, honestly, if you just want the Rumble, the Howlback, and the Generation 1 looking accurate Buzzsaw, then by all means, pick this set up. You can go ahead and give this to a little kid or your mother, like what I'm going to do, and just get rid of it. But if you just want it for the Generations toys, then by all means, go for this set. Pick it up. Because while it's not necessarily a necessity to your collection, it is a very fine addition to your Titans Return Soundwave, as well as your Titans Return toy line. So pick it up if you want to, because I recommend, so you can decide. But that's pretty much all there is to say, my fellow addicts. So this has been the video review for the Transformers Bumblebee's Greatest Hits Target Exclusive Cassette Pack, and I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And please remember, my fellow addicts, until next time, to get addicted, stay addicted, and TF addicts for life! This is TFA 1024, the Transformers Addict, rolling out till all are one.